Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. This is going to be your stock watch list. A little bit of market talk, a little bit of news for the July 1st and for Monday, and also your watch list for July 2nd, Tuesday, as we are in a shortened week this week. By the way, happy 4th of July coming up. A little bit of just want to mention that this will be the last video for this week. All right, because we go into a half a day on Wednesday. All right, so it's a half a day Wednesday, so I don't plan on making a video Tuesday night for Wednesday, and then your markets are closed for Thursday for July 4th for Independence Day. So everybody enjoy your holidays here, your shortened week. Friday, though, just be aware we do have the employment report on Friday. This all courtesy of the Trade Exchange. And tomorrow you do get some Fed speak coming out for tomorrow. You get some crude numbers coming out after the bell tomorrow night, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. API crude oil data will be coming out. All right. For Wednesday, you get your oil numbers coming out at 10:30, and then they move the nat gas numbers. That will be all coming out on 10:30 on Friday, the EIA nat gas report. But once again, markets half a day for this Wednesday, closing at 1 p.m. on Wednesday right here, and then Thursday, July 4th, the markets are closed, so just be aware of that. Let's go ahead and look at some of your top gappers for today. We actually traded this in the service today at Zozo StockWatch. IEA gave us a nice quick pop on that one. Then you had EMMS now, PPSI, CYTX, KEG. We had a swing trade going on in this KEG, popped up today, so we took money off the table there. ENDP, CDLX, OASM, all to the upside there. And then some of your losers today, CETX, VUZI, COTY, FVRR. A lot of IPOs got hit today. Lyft and Uber reversed down. Let's see, we had Shack down, ECHO also down on the day. Once again, this is courtesy of the Trade Exchange, a mailing that they do. Let's go ahead and look at the heat map for today. So a lot of green on our screen, right? Apple up almost 2% on the day. Amazon climbing, Google, Microsoft. The banks got some buying 1.68% on JP Morgan, Bank America up. So the bank Citigroup up 1% on the day. You had some buying in the biotechs. We'll show you the IBB and the XBI in a moment on the charts. Boeing was down for the day on 2%. Still problems with their plane. So Boeing negative on the day. Honeywell was up for the day. 3M bouncing a little bit. You had Kraft Foods. They were down almost 2% on the day. Let's go ahead and go through some of our sectors today. So you had the semis very strong today, basically because Huawei over the weekend, if you watched my Let's Get Ready for the Week Ahead, President Trump and China kind of called a truce here a little bit. Huawei will be allowed to purchase from U.S. companies. So the semis just lit up the screen today. They were up about 4%, I think, at the open, but they ended up 2.82%. Even so, a 3% move on the semiconductor space, a big move up there today. K-Web, as you can imagine, the China internet names were up. We talked about some of them on the video last night. Now, everything was gapping up this morning. It wasn't, an easy just to buy in. I told everybody in my room, basically, don't chase this gap up today. So as you can see, let me show you the SPY real fast. So we got that pop, right? They did come in and buy that little pullback there. Markets, everything looks great, right? The QQQ looks great. The SPY looks great. The IWM looking very good here. Maybe a little bit overextended now from this bounce, but we've had this push up before and then we failed. So we're only as good as the next headline or the next tweet. We're going to have to see results between China and the United States at some point. But for right now, we'll just ride the wave, right? July is usually a good month for the bulls. It's a holiday week, so normally that's bullish for the bulls. The IWC, the micro caps, pushing over the 200 SMA here on our daily chart. The XBI climbing today. The IBB moving up nicely today. Nice push up in that. So very good day for the bulls, but you just didn't want to chase this market up today. Let's look at the SPY on the intraday, the 5-minute intraday chart down here below. So here was the SPY gapping up this morning, and then basically we faded off for the rest of the day. A little bit of buying came in here right towards the close here. For most of the day, though, we were down below this green line here. This is a 5-minute pre-post market chart. After the gap up morning, we chopped sideways in the pre-market. They popped us up a little bit. Then we sold off, and we ended up pretty much below VWAP most of the day and just fading off here. And then right around the close here, some dip buyers showed up. And right now in the after hours, not too much going on. So we got a nice trade, like I said, in the service on IEA. That one gave us a nice move up today. Let me show you the chart on this one. We caught it coming up over. We caught IEA coming up over $3 this morning. Here it is typed in the room at 9:45 a.m. There was your break of $3, and it pushed up to about $3.50 on IEA. That was one of the stocks that we traded. We really didn't do too many trades today. We sat on our hands. We did get a little bit of a pop here in FRSX over $2.08. And then that popped up to, I think, about 225. So that was a couple of our trades. Some folks got this MLNT getting through $7. They got a trade out of that. But then, to be honest with you, I'm here in Canada, and it is Canada Day. July 1st is Canada Day. So after it was about 10:30, I was away from the desk, came back at about 3 o'clock, made a little money in the morning, and then just kind of stepped aside for the rest of the day. And now I'm making my video for you. And then we go into the July 4th holiday. Once again, there will not be any more videos until Sunday. All right, so everybody enjoy your holiday. I'm going to go through the watch list. Let me see. IPOs were a little bit soft today. A lot of selling. Some, were strong here. Let me go into some of the weak ones. You had ADPT down over 17%, PRVL down 15%, GSKY Beyond Meat was down, Real was down 8% on the day, CRWD down 7.5%. So a lot of solely getting hit today. Let's look at Lyft, LYFT. Look at this reversal candle here on Lyft today. Uber also this big reversal down. So a lot of the IPOs were very soft today. ZM, Zoom, they were downgraded by Goldman Sachs. Actually, last night, Zoom got downgraded to a sell. So that caused a lot of softness in the IPOs today. Here's BYND, a very volatile name here. You can get some nice intraday trades out of it, but right now it's more leaning towards the downside. We are breaking below the 10 and the 5 EMA. We'll see if it comes back down to the 20 SMA. We hit it back here and they bounced it. Let's see if we come back down to maybe that 140 area on BYND. But a lot of, like I said, the IPOs were very soft for today. Let's see, jobs number I mentioned coming out on Friday this week. It's a full day of trading Friday, but I don't expect after the morning time, not really expecting much Friday afternoon at all this week. And then you go into the weekend. So a gap up day, faded off throughout the day. The market's pushed higher on the trade truce. Monday morning gap up, so it makes it very tough for traders, especially when you're gapping up, 200 Dow points, everything gapping everywhere. But we closed okay. All right, we closed okay. But like I said, here's the SPY once again. I know I'm repeating myself, but you got that gap up. You hit the highs here, 297, and then we pulled back from that 297, and then right at the close, a little bit of buying came in. Now, there's no solid deal yet between China and the United States. There's no deal that was reached. A little bit of a truce. So we're going to see how that all plays out. Let's look at oil, XIOL, on my charts, which is light sweet crude oil. A good day. It's had a good run up. We talked about it on the previous videos, how it was holding that $50 area, nice bounce. Now stalling here at that $60 level for oil. If you want to look at the USO, the ETF for WTI oil. Sorry for all these lines here, but that is battling that 1250 area currently. That also had a nice bounce from 1050 up to about that 1250 area on oil USO. Let's go through some of the sectors in the market for today. The XLK, the technology sector, nice move up for today. The banks, a nice move up. Still trying to get up over this 28 area. After that, you have, 2807, 2810 in that area, XLF, but holding up nicely. The XLY moving up, consumer discretion. Let's see what was to the downside. The XME, the metals and the mining were down. Gold was down. JNUG was down today. XLU, as you can imagine, interest-bearing utilities were down. We'll go back to our sectors. Let's look what was down. JNUG took a hit today on JNUG. Now, recently, JNUG did a 1-for-5 reverse split. That's why you're seeing it up here now at 50 in the 50 handles here on JNUG. They split that again, reverse split. So it was trading at $10 or something like that. So the VIX now we're back below 15. So complacency once again in the markets. No fear out here at all. Nat gas was down a little bit. UNG moving down today about 2% on the day. Gold was down 2% on the day. Silver was down. So some of that fear trade coming out of the markets for today. So let's go ahead and get into some of the news that came out after the bell tonight. Once again, this is from the Trade Exchange, thetradeexchange.com. Audio news throughout the day, a very reasonable price. You definitely should look into it. We use them in the Zozo StockWatch each and every day. I have audio news throughout the day in my service. So solely, they're filing a form S1 over 1 million shares. That stock was trading down in the after hours tonight. ADPT announces closing of initial offering there on ADPT. GLBS had some news, announces closing of a $37 million loan here. That stock was popping up a little bit in the after hours. It's a shipper, so this one will be on our watch list for tomorrow. We'll get more into that in a moment. You had STOK, 13G filed on this name. Let's see, what else do we have as far as news? Cure announces publication of results from phase 1 clinical trial on CUR. That stock was popping a little bit. Now it's an under 50-cent name on CUR, but anyway, a little bit of a pop up there. A lot of mixed shelves came out. APTX 200 million shelf. Mac CEO and CFO resign on MACK. So that stock actually, I guess it was closing into the, moving up into the close there on MAC. No after hour trades. FTSV, 250 million shelf. AVRO, 200 million shelf. WTR, we did get a few stocks that had earnings after the bell tonight. Let's see, alkaline water misses on revenue, but moving up here a little bit in the after hours on WTER. TNXP, they were down after they did a raising capital on TNXP, taking a hit in the after hours, moving down. IZEA was up in the after hours tonight. IZEA popping up. Now, once again, it's an under $1 name, popped up from about 52 cents up to 72 cents. But they reported that quarter two bookings of 5.9 million, up 63% year over year. So maybe that stock will move if you like those under $1 names. Let's see. NTGN filed Form S3, 200 million mixed shelf there. Top insider purchases that came out. RIG was an insider purchase. GAS, GASS, MOTS, DEST, all with some insider purchases. You can pause the video if you want to read those for yourself. DOVA also had Evercore has upgraded DOVA Pharmaceuticals, ticking up a little bit here in the after hours to outperform from inline at Evercore. So that's some of the news courtesy of the Trade Exchange. By the way, if these videos are helping you out, if you're watching this video right now, go down below the video. Please hit the like button. All right, that's all we ask that you do. I had over 200 and something views last night. I would like to see everybody hitting that like button for me. Help our channel to grow. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button to help us grow. You want to keep this channel going. I feel I give you great information. So all I ask, please hit that like button. Now, if you would like to join my service for $30 for 30 days, you could get 1 month at zozostockwatch.com. $30 for 30 days to come into what I think is one of the best chat rooms, trading rooms out there. But if you don't want to do that, at least hit that like button down below. So I'm expecting at least 50 likes on this video, all right? So I'd greatly appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into the watch list for tomorrow. Apple had a very good day today. Let's watch this one for continuation. You have a high on this name of 204. Maybe if they can get Apple back above 203, maybe we get another push up in Apple. So I'll have it on watch. We'll see how the open's going to be for tomorrow. ACHV was popping up into the close. So I have stocks a little bit for everybody. All right, some big ones, some small ones. Some would never trade something like an ACHV, but maybe you might trade an Apple. So we go all over. In Zozo Stockwatch, we trade anything from an Apple to a stock. I like stocks above $1, so I look for stocks above $1. But I do talk about stocks under $1 in the service for folks that like to trade those. Anyway, ACHV, perking up a little bit here. Volume a little bit light. Not in love with this thing, but was moving up into the close. That's why it makes it on list. AMD, you'll have to keep this one on watch, right? We were talking about it coming off of the 50 SMA on the videos. Now you have that $32 area up ahead on AMD. Let's see how the semis react for tomorrow. Cree is another semi that I'm going to have on watch. If they can get it back over the highs for today and that $60 area on Cree. Let's see, high today was 60.57. So keep an eye on this name coming right up to the 50 SMA here. So keep an eye on that one. Cronus Group. To me, this stock either it needs to get up over 1650 to get going if you want to try it a little bit sooner for a possible swing trade. Maybe over 1635 gets you through 1650 for Cronus Group, but it looks okay. Let's check out its counterpart, CGC. Cronus Group looks a little bit better to me right now. You have all this consolidation going on, so if we can get up over that 1650, maybe it gets ready to make another move here. TLRY, Tilray, also perking up a little bit today. 1.9 million shares, was climbing pretty much at the open. They sold it off, then it reversed back up through VWAP 5-minute chart, and then it took off for the rest of the day. So let's see if there's any more action in this Tilray for tomorrow. AVXL had a very nice day. This one trying to, notice how many times it's come up to $4 and failed and backed off. This looks like a very strong strong candle, nice volume, 1.4 million, had very big volume come in the other day. If they can ever get this thing over, maybe let's see this high back here, $4, it could get going, right? AVXL, keep an eye on that one. Let's see, Disney had a nice day today. Disney, if they can ever get this one back over 140, 250 area for Disney, you might get a further pop up here and take out these recent highs for Disney DIS. DOVA, since they had, even before that Evercore commentary came out, this one holding up pretty well, holding above $14. Some topping candles here, wicks. So it probably needs to get up at least over 14.75 to get going. Let's check it in the after hours. We're not too far from that 14.75 in the after hours, right? It is climbing a little bit, not a lot of volume, but 14.75 might send this one through $15. ENDP, another one curling up here, 9.3 million shares, getting above these fast-moving averages. You have that number 5 break up ahead. Would like to see it get through $5. Has a lot of work to do, right? You're underneath all these moving averages, but you can't ignore this volume that came in. So maybe on an intraday play on this name, ENDP. Somebody requested Evoke. I forget the person's name on my comments down below. By the way, if you have any stocks you want me to look at, feel free to put some comments down below and I'll take a look. Now, it's an under $1 name. Basically, it's battling the 50 EMA right up here, the dotted dark blue line, and that's 75 cents. For me, if I was going to trade this, it would have to get up at least over 75 cents to get interesting. Volume wasn't too great on this name today. The other one that they requested was UMC. This is an ADR semiconductor, but had a very nice day today. A lot of the semiconductors were moving up today. Has a recent spike back here, 228. You've come from about $1.90. Feels a little chasey to me for an ADR. I really don't trade ADRs all that often. You can see not a lot of volume on our intraday chart on this. Most likely, if you're going to mess around with this thing, would be a swing trade. I would wait for a little bit of a pullback. Don't know if you're going to get that or not, but right now buying it up here seems a little chasey to me on that name. So that was a couple that were requested. FRSX, this one will remain on watch for tomorrow. It's holding above the 200 SMA, keeps popping up to, today it popped up to this 225 area, so we'll see how it sets up intraday on that name. GLBS we talked about. IEA, we got a trade out of this one today. We'll see if it wants to do anything tomorrow on IEA. Not in love with it. IZEA will be on watch after popping in the after hours, but it is giving a lot of it back, so we'll see for the folks that like these under $1 names. Life did a what was it, a 1 for 14 reverse split today. Yeah, so this one popping up, trading at 546 now on Life. Not a whole lot of volume though, right? 131,000 shares. So we'll move on to MLNT. This stock popping over $7. We got a trade out of it today over $7. Not a huge trade, but we'll take it. I think it was about 15, 20 cents on the name. Let's see what they want to do with this one for tomorrow. Is holding above all these fast moving averages here on the name. NPTN had a very good day. Big expanding volume in the name, coming up to the 50 SMA. And has that $5 area up ahead. Now it did drift off in the after hours or into the close tonight, so not as pretty as it was. So we'll see on that one. Ovid was popping up today, 1.3 million shares on Ovid here, has that 250 area up ahead. Keep your eye on it. Let's see, PRPO had a very nice day, 4 million shares popping up. The high on this name was 439, so 440 on this one. Keep an eye on it maybe, or maybe a red to green move, something like that, a pullback move. PRVB still hanging in there, still basing under this 1275 area. Only 400,000 shares today though, but if it breaks out above this 1275, you might get something out of there. Square Looks pretty good. To me, it would have to get up over that $74 area. Had a high today of about 74.20. So watch Square if they can recapture maybe 720, 74.25. And then we'll leave it on, well, two more, a couple of more. Twitter. All right, since I'm not doing any more videos, we'll go a little bit longer with this one. Twitter, nice bounce today. Call activity in the name. I showed you the chart on previous videos, bouncing off this $34 area. So keep Twitter on watch for further continuation. Vive. Looks good on the daily chart. Health information services. The high today on this one was 165.62. So keep that one on watch. Maybe it wants to set up for a possible swing trade in that name. WKHS needs to at least get over this $3.25, but is holding this 5 EMA on WKHS. Lastly, ZYNE, talked about it on the video last night. It did break above that $14 area that we talked about, 1.4 million shares today on ZYNE. If you want to try this one tomorrow, you had some topping tails here at 14.25. Maybe if it can clear that, you may get a continuation move in ZYNE. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. If you'd like to try my service, it's $30 for 30 days. Please hit that like button, folks. That's all I ask. If you watch these videos, I'm sure you're getting some ideas, you're getting some free news, etc. So bang that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and help our channel to grow. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. No videos now until Sunday, 4th of July week. Wednesday is a half a day. Friday, I'll probably be trading in the morning, and then vamoose early on Friday. So everybody have a good day trading for Tuesday, the 2nd of July, and we'll see you back on the channel on Sunday.